Hey PPR fans, Mike Milburn here with the Red Jacket Army. I'm up here at Rancho Bernardo High School where the Broncos just got done taking on the Foothillers of Grossmont. How did this one go? Check out the highlights.
Broncos!
You guys go, guys. Go ahead. Let's go, boys.
Here comes your 2021 Hogcast!
Rancho Bernardo hits the ground running in this one with one of the best running backs you probably never heard of. Watch as Frankie Franchina takes this one and goes 25 yards to set up a first down. Just a couple plays later, he calls his own number from 4 yards out. Just like that, Rancho Bernardo takes an early 6-0 lead. But then the defense decides that it's their turn to get in on the fun. Watch as Grossmont's Trenton Giles is intercepted by Spencer Lane. And just like that, the momentum is right back on the side of the offense. The Broncos wasting little time in making Grossmont pay for that mistake. Watch as Camden Cowgill goes right down the middle to Johnny Donzella. And go, Johnny, go, go, go. And he takes this one down inside the 10 to set up 1st and goal. Cowgill decides to call his own number on the quarterback keeper, and Rancho Bernardo goes up 12-0. But Cowgill's not done just yet showing off his legs. On the next possession, he takes this keeper 12 yards, and once he crosses the goal line, Rancho Bernardo's up 18-0. Don't worry, Frankie, we didn't forget about you. Franchina finds pay dirt for the second time in the first quarter on this 17-yard run to the right side, and following a 2-point conversion, Rancho Bernardo takes a 26-0 lead into the second quarter. The second quarter starts much like the first for the Grossmont offense, as this pass will be tipped and intercepted by linebacker Jack Hendrickson. A little later in the second quarter, Franchina caps off his hat trick with this 7-yard touchdown run that increases the Rancho Bernardo lead to 32-0. And speaking of hat tricks, watch as Rancho Bernardo's Mr. Doolittle says, "Hit him with it, Zoe." That's Enzo Doolittle with the 3rd interception of the day for the Bronco defense. The Foothillers do manage to avoid the shutout on this short touchdown run by Brennan Sanders, but this one is all Rancho Bernardo as they hang on to win by the final of 32-6. With high schools all across the county commemorating the 20th anniversary of September 11th, I had a chance before the game to talk with Rancho Bernardo head coach Tristan McCoy, who 20 years ago was living in New York and working 1 mile away from the World Trade Center.
I moved to New York about a week before 9/11, so I was still, a foreigner and trying to get the lay of the land and all that stuff when it happened. And I didn't know anybody. I was, I just started a new job when it happened, and I was about a mile away from the World Trade Center, and I was in an office with my coworkers, and they were huddled around a TV when the first plane hit. And everybody was trying to figure out what was happening. And I think the thing I remember the most about that day is when we were huddled around this TV and the second plane hit. And I'll never forget the reaction of the women in that office. I know 2 of them had sons who were firefighters, and they knew that they had been called in, and they weren't sure if they had made it. And unfortunately, tragically, they both perished in that. And so that moment I will never ever forget. But more than that, I think just the aftermath and how everybody, not only in New York, but just around the area and country, rallied and showed their resilience and love for one another. And that's kind of what Americans do. When Americans are down, we step up and we pick each other up and dust each other off. And I volunteered for the Red Cross following 9/11, and my job was to go pick up volunteers from the airport. And that was overwhelming just to see how many people were flying in from, Idaho and Wisconsin and California and Colorado, just flying in and saying, how can we help? What can we do? And obviously the weeks that follow was just inspiring in terms of the level of love and patriotism everybody showed one another when in need. So, well, I teach history, so you just keep talking about it. You take time out of the day, and it's not just another day. I think as teachers, hey, we gotta go on to our content and all that stuff, the next lesson plan, but we just have to take time and tell stories about those people. I think especially in San Diego, we're a military community, and everybody knows somebody who's served in Iraq or Afghanistan. We have a couple of former players that served and lost their lives, and so you just take time and tell stories about those people, and it's real people, right? It's real humans. So I think it's just taking time.